You are welcome to part 5 of this titration training, which is focused on preparing for titration. Our objectives are filling and Burette setting, Burette reading, and titration. I've taken this reading already as 9.95. Just like I said earlier, the Burette reading, you read it as 2 decimal places that must end with either 0 or 5. The value must either end with 0 or 5, 2 decimal places that must end with either 0 or 5. So you are going to have, for example, 9.90 or 9.95. So 0 or 5 must end your Burette reading. Any other value that you decide to end your reading with that is not 0 or 5, you have a wrong value. You have failed your titration. Remember your 2 decimal places, which must end either with 0 or 5. Having said that, let's continue. So here now I have 10.0, 10.1, 10.2, 10.3, 10.4, 10.5, 10.6, 10.7, 10.8, 10.9, 11.0. So it means that there's a value up here which is 9. So close to 10, you have 9.9. And the solution is between 9.9 and 10.0. So that's why we now have 9.95. So I've checked and I'm correct. So I'll go over to the next thing. So having taken the initial reading, I can now start my titration proper, which is slow addition of this solution into this one until there's a color change, which will mark the end of a reaction. Okay, so you read the instruction here. Click start to begin running the solution into the flask. Continue adding the sample until the point at which the solution in the flask becomes colorless. Click stop at the point at which the color changes permanently. So I click on start. You have seen it now. I click on start. See, it's on automatic stirrer. So if it's you working on it in the lab, maybe WAEC or NECO, you'll be using your hand to shake it while you are adding the solution from the Burette. But now I will stop. It has changed to colorless. So but now the conical fly is automatically on what we call stirrer. So electronic stirrer. So the job of the stirrer is to shake it automatically, while your own is to watch when the color changes. Then you stop titrating. But if you are that is during WAEC or NECO, you'll be using your left hand, depending on the hand you use, whether right or left, to shake while you are adding the solution from the Burette. So now, having stopped the titration, I can now take my final reading. Initial before titrating, final after titrating. So final stays on top, while the initial stays down. So the So now I have to check after stopping. I have to check whether I have gotten to the end, the right color change, that is the end point. So you can see I got to the right color change. So the boxes are now open for me to enter my final value. So the final value is now 24, 24.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 24.5, 24.6, 24.7. So it is at 24.7. This is one decimal place. Remember, it must be in two decimal places. Look at the instruction. All your readings should be entered into two decimal places, 000 or 05. So your value must end with 0 or with 5. Now, my value is ending with 7, and it's 1. It's not even in two decimal places. So I have to make it to be in two decimal places, either by adding 0 or by adding 5. Now, if I add 5, that is the wrong reading here. The right reading is 0 because it's exactly on 24.7. So I'll add 0 at the back. Don't forget. So I can now check whether I've taken the right reading. Have you seen it? So next. So I have to calculate final minus initial. So we have 24. I have 24 minus 24.70 minus 9.95. That gives me 14.75. I check whether I've gotten my arithmetic correct. It's correct. So I continue again until I fill up this whole table. So this first table is trial. The values can be wrong. But you see this first and second, accurate titration, it must not be wrong. This titration, this first trial gives you idea of the value. Now, the volume added is 14.75. So it means that if you have done this trial very well, done the first one, you can easily fill up the second one if it is in the WAEC or NECO practical. But in this case, you must do everything completely. But during WAEC and NECO, once you have done a trial, done first, and first is close to the trial, that means that second will not be different. You can just fill up the second one. We will learn more about filling up later. So now I'll start again. Remember the end of reaction is colorless, right? Okay. I will hold my stop, as in get close to stop so that I don't miss the end point. I can decide to stop here now because it's no longer pink color. The pink shade is almost fading away. So, but if I've not gotten to the right endpoint, if I check, it will tell me to repeat. But the endpoint is when the original color fades away. You don't wait until it completely fades. It's called overshooting. So when the original color fades away, immediately it fades away, you stop. So let's see. You can see now, it means I have not gotten to the right endpoint. So I want to make you see the error. You haven't added enough of the sample. So you can see little pink there, right? So I'll just add small again, I can now stop. If I check, definitely it's going to be correct. Are you seeing it? So I can now next to take my reading. So the final reading now, I think it automatically filled up the initial for me. The final one now is 23.5.6.7 again. 23.70. Correct. So the third time now I will do my arithmetic, the difference. So have 23.70 minus 8. So I have 15.70.